Coaches, healers, and spiritual teachers, listen closely. Choosing to be a spiritual leader isn't all content creation and bubble baths and self-love. It isn't about making money. It isn't about having this hobby, business, or service because it's fun and we get validation and likes for being inspirational. It can be all those things. And it's also the mosh pit at a heavy metal gig, right? It's leading in integrity through massive amounts of personal discomfort. It's prioritizing growth and reinvesting in yourself as the leader so that you are the best person to support your clients. It's daily devotion to your craft, to practicing and embodying what you preach, to going deeper every single day. If you're serious about your mission in this world, whether you are a coach, whether you are a healer, a spiritual teacher, a self-development guru, it's time to start acting accordingly for the long term. If you're only doing this because you've heard it's a way to make money, please listen and consider what I'm going to say here. If you really want to help people, it's time to ask yourself some questions about what your long-term vision looks like for your business and your service to the world. Because there is a lot of bypassing that's happening and a lot of love and light and a lot of rejection of doing the real work that is integrating the deeper stuff that is required to lead in this industry. This is where the real transformation happens, not just for the leader, but for everyone that they help. Right? So if people get total transformation, here's the kicker. If you provide a total transformation and you really solve people's problems, they can't be sold something for more years to come, can they? There's no money in that, which has become a bit of a problem for people. So there's a lot of half solutions being sold in our industry. And there's a lot of avoidance of the layers of growth that maybe the leader doesn't want to go to. And yet, this is something that everyone's going to have to do at some stage anyway. And there is a lot of avoidance of the layers of growth that people don't want to look at. And it's best once you've actually gone there and done it. And it's what you're going to have to do if you intend to be in this industry in the world moving forward, because I'm going to paint you a little picture, and it's a picture that maybe people aren't thinking of or aware of because they are just in that, got to make money, got to make my business work, got to get this done, got to do all the other things in life. But let's do a quick reality check. In the next 30 to 40 years, we are going to see massive shifts in our society. There is no longer a blueprint for what the future looks like there used to be, because so much has changed. We could have, and potentially are already in, Cold War, if you're not aware. There's going to be more change in technology in the next 10 years than we've seen in the last century. And I don't think anyone has the capacity to even allow themselves to see what that looks like. And it's not looking great for humanity when it comes to AI. Let's just put it that way. There's projections for a population collapse within our lifetime, and all that will mean. We have the fertility crisis, the mating crisis, and so much more. It's going to get intense. And the coaching and healing and spiritual space is amazing. And those who are choosing to be in it, babes, are you solid? The most important tool you can have moving forward is the ability to regulate your emotions and to build healthy relationships in community and, of course, in your business, not simply as a mission leader and business owner, but as a leader in family and community through whatever is going to come to pass. And there are so many of you who have wisdom and passion and purpose to help others. And there's plenty of other ways to make money that don't put you at the helm of emotionally and spiritually supporting other humans through all sorts of life things and worldly things. I've been in the self-development and coaching space for almost a decade. And for me, it was not something that I wanted to do. It's something I realized I had to do. I spent years doing thousands of free calls, probably tens of thousands of conversations online, and definitely tens of thousands of hours of study and tens of thousands of dollars of self-development. Because I'd been through so much messed up stuff in my teens and 20s and into my 30s that I had to save myself from and walk myself through to find solutions for, I realized that maybe so much bad stuff was happening to me because I'm supposed to use that pain to turn it into purpose for myself and others. And I've done that and continue to do so. And I've been talking lately with a lot of the OG coaches who have been in the industry since before 2020. And what we have seen come to pass in the years since. And there's been a huge influx of people into the online service business, which is both wonderful and in some cases can be destructive at the same time. And so much of the work we are now finding ourselves doing as coaches and leaders is uninstalling all these limiting things that are being spilled onto the internet as thought leadership or taught by newbie spirituality gurus or coaches who are jumping into the space without taking it seriously about what it really requires long-term and in all the layers. Making an income is a byproduct of providing a service that gets results in this industry. Yet we are seeing mass amounts of people saying and doing anything possible to make money in this space, but not following through on ensuring that they get some kind of result with their client. And while this work does require a client to do the work given and implement it, and at least communicate through challenges so that adjustments and pivots can be made together with the person that you're working with, many leaders in this space have no interest in ensuring a great outcome once the money has been paid. And there's a place for all of this. However, it's leaving quite a bad taste in people's mouths. And look, that's fine if we were selling toilets, but we're not. This is not an industry for selling a product that can't be returned. We are working with people's lives, with sensitive situations, in many cases, incredibly delicate mental health paths, traumas, and unstable environments. We're working with people's partners and children and so much more. And we hear a lot of rhetoric now in marketing where we want dream clients. And I only want to work with clients who are aligned, because the leader doesn't want to work with anything that makes them uncomfortable. And yet this work, this journey of coaching, walking yourself from hell into something better, spirituality and awakening, self-development is the definition of discomfort in every single way. And if there isn't discomfort for both the client and the leader, there isn't likely to be a transformational long-term outcome. And leaders who are truly walking themselves through their work and embodying it and going to that next level and next level so they're always able to hold and serve their clients know this. They actually love it. Like, we love discomfort. We love being in the mosh pit at the heavy metal concert, even when we don't love it. And coaches and healers who have been doing this since before it was cool know this. And they have been in the trenches working with some of these most intense situations. And there's some who have joined since it became cool who know this as well. And I'm wondering if that is you, if you have the support to fully embody what you're doing to create a space to get your clients outcomes for the exchange. Do you have the setup to prepare them for what they're going to go through to get that, so that they actually follow through and implement and communicate? What's the missing piece? And can you step into the arena to create it for the purpose of this contribution and this service moving forward as a leader in this space, ensuring that we're always serving to the best of our ability and finding every avenue to get our clients the outcomes they came for, even if it makes us uncomfortable to have a difficult conversation. We're calling forth those who are serious about their service and devotion to contribution in the world moving forward. So I'm going to ask you some questions that you get to ask yourself if you're considering or already in or dabbling in this space. Number one, if I never make the money that I need to live from this work, and if I never get to see the utopia that I desire for the world because of doing this work, would I still show up every day? I'm going to say it again. If I never make the money from this work, and if I never actually get to see a utopia outcome by helping people do this work in the world, will I show up every day and do it? Number two, if the world is suddenly plunged into a global crisis or chaos, war or something similar, what is the best gift I have to offer that I am embodied in or choosing to prioritize being embodied in? And how am I going to be the embodiment of that in order to teach it? Number three, why is this mission more important than my own personal stable sense of well-being? Now, these questions might seem heavy, and that's great. They're meant to be. There's so much fluff being taught out there, and there's such a great place for the fluffy, light, feeling, spiritual, self-development, clouds opening and God shining through stuff. And in order to get an outcome of helping others through awakening, through going from pain to purpose, from healing ancestral and generational traumas, and creating the life that they really desire and can have in this world, of building stability, healing, and so forth, those who are teaching and leading in this space and imprinting our voices as a hypnosis and teaching others, we must be willing to go all in as the teachers. Otherwise, we're just running people round in information circles to make a buck. Other questions to ask. Number one, where is this going? For me, for my family, for community, for the world specifically, when it comes to the mission. Number two, what needs to be done to massively support my health so that I have the ability to show up and hold whatever space needs to be held every single day? Number three, how is my relationship and organization when it comes to finances, to wealth, to sales, to investing? Number four, do I have a real plan for how my relationship or relationships, family, children, etc., fit into this mission? Number five, is the business side of all this simplified and clear? Am I ready to hold 1,000 clients before I've even had one, so that I can run it all alone in the beginning, because you'll have to, and then easily delegate when things grow? Number six, what is the method I'm leading or teaching? And how do I walk myself through it daily myself? How am I embodied in it? And number seven, have I found ways to integrate all the parts of myself? Yes, including the ego, the dark parts of self, sometimes referred to as the ego, the shadow self, the parts that may still be hurt or heartbroken or hateful towards others or exes or past bosses, the parts of ourselves that are inclined to complain or gossip or focus on everything that's wrong. These parts of ourselves are important and they must be integrated constantly to be able to lead in integrity and to lead the people that you're supporting with a clarity for what they need, not a codependence of what you need to get from it. And I cannot stress how important this is. I'm on a real mission to make coaching great again, making it as accessible as possible, making it about lifelong healing and teaching tools that will be with someone for a lifetime, even if they don't continue to pay you after their contract is finished. They'll already have the tools that they can use forever, and then maybe they just want to keep working with you because you have so much fun together. It gets to be like that. It's been the most beautiful thing I've found out of doing this work over so long. We get to move as a collective out of being in this fake sisterhood and women supporting women rhetoric and learning about our deeper layers as women that might have us in a zero-sum game or narcissistic mentality, to ensure that we're not codependent on nice outcomes in our business in order to keep going, that we're rejecting all this pain point marketing that seems to have infiltrated this delicate space of healing and transformation, which seems to be installing more trauma where there might not have even been any, which seems to be installing beliefs that it's possible to have a blockage to what you desire. Yet we're always manifesting and creating, and the only blockage you can have is the belief that a blockage is possible. Just to name a few things that are coming from pain point marketing that we're having to uninstall from people to get them to their results. We're going to step into desire marketing, into transformation marketing, because that's what's best for us, for our clients, for the community, and for the world. And I'm curious what you think about the coaching and healing industry and what it's become. I'd love for you, if you are tuning in on socials, to drop in the comments. Let's have a discussion about how we can make this great again. If you're tuning in on the podcast, you can reach out to me on socials and in the DMs if you want to share your story. Let's make coaching great again so that whatever goes down in the future in our world, we have incredible women at the helm leading others through their pain towards purpose, no matter what's going on out there. And as always, those who are wanting to build that foundation, the finances, the solid mentality, the stamina, the excitement to really lead in this space yourself, you can come and chat to me in the DMs about Lovely Radical Academy. And until next time, I'm excited to hear your stories about your experience and your thoughts on the coaching, healing, spiritual, and self-development space. Let's make coaching great again, because it's going to be a powerful part of the future we really want to create. Thanks, everyone.